Сейчас прошу приветствуйте номер открытия нашего шоу.
Assalomu alaykum aziz boks MMA muxlislari. Hozir 3 ta hamyurtimiz jang qiladi. Mana shu raqsdan keyin birinchi hamyurtimiz chiqadi ringga va jangni maza qilib tomosha qilsanglar bo'ladi. Bemalol jonli efirda. Videoga bitta like bosib, ozgina kichkina bo'lgan mehnatimizni qo'llab-quvvatlagan holda poddesh qilib turasizlar va hamyurtlarimizga omad tilab izohlarda yozib qo'yasizlar do'stlar. Hozir ovozini yoqaman, bemalol ko'rishingiz mumkin bo'ladi.
Для вас выступал молодежный эстрадный хор «Фейс-контроль» под руководством Ксении Суховой.
Qadrli do'stlar, hozir Muhammadjon Rauf ringga ko'tariladi. 69 kilogramda. Keyin ikkinchi hamyurtimiz esa Nusratbek Tohirov 92 kilogramda jang qiladi va uchinchi jangda esa 67 kilogramda O'zbekistonda juda ham kuchli sportchisi, bokschisi, terma jamoa a'zosi Havasbek Asadullayev ringga ko'tariladi do'stlar. Videoga like bosib, hamyurtlarimizni qo'llab-quvvatlab turasizlar, poddesh qilib turasizlar do'stlar.
Дамы и господа, Самара, добрый вечер! Из Ледового дворца имени Владимира Высоцкого в Самаре в прямом эфире грандиозное боксерское шоу «Олимбет. Ночь чемпионов IBA». Сегодня нас ожидают 6 зубодробительных поединков, в том числе 2 главных события вечера. Бой за титул чемпиона Европы IBA Вахид Аббасов против Майкла Кинга, а также битва за звание чемпиона мира IBA Харитон Агрба против Габриэля Россы. Дамы и господа, турнир представляют Международная боксерская ассоциация IBA, ее президент Умар Назарович Кремлев. Генеральный партнер IBA «Газпром», промоутерская компания Iron and Gloves Promotions при поддержке губернатора Самарской области, Федерации бокса России и при масштабном участии правительства Самарской области, а также государственного автономного учреждения «Самара-Арена». Мы благодарим за помощь в организации турнира губернатора Самарской области, Самарскую областную федерацию бокса, а также председателя наблюдательного совета Александра Борисовича Фетисова и председателя правления Сергея Александровича Карева за развитие бокса в регионе. Итак, дамы и господа, прежде чем первая пара боксеров поднимется в этот ринг, представляю официальных лиц. Супервайзер IBA Максим Чертыковцев, Молдова. Супервайзер Федерации бокса России Дмитрий Антонов. Судьи и рефери Валерий Пастухов, Молдова. Мария Петкович, Сербия. Лука Вадилонга, Италия. И Сергей Журкин, Россия. Хронометрист Роман Жуков, Samara, Rossiya. Vrach turniri Viktoriya.
Qadrli do'stlar, 85 ta odam kuzatib turgan ekan. Kelinglar, har bittamiz bitta-bittadan like bosib, kanalimizga ozgina aktiv berib boramiz. Ozgina aktiv pasayib ketibdi. Kelinglar, like'larni bosib, qo'llab-quvvatlab, poddesh qilib qo'yinglar do'stlar. Birinchi jangni tomosha qilamiz. Hamyurtimiz jang qiladi va ketma-ketlikda hamyurtlarimiz 3 ta jangi ketma-ketlikda hamyurtlarimiz jang qiladi. Tomosha qilamiz do'stlar.
Дамы и господа, сейчас приветствуйте на пути в золотой угол ринга боксер, представляющий Курск, Россия, по прозвищу Рокки Гортуманян. Итак, дамы и господа, нас ожидают 4 раунда бокса в первом среднем весе. Рефери поединка Валерий Пастухов, Молдова. Первым представляю боксера в черном углу ринга. Ему 22 года, его рост 179 сантиметров, а вес 68,2 килограмма. Его рекорд насчитывает 3 боя. В них одержана 1 победа нокаутом. Из Самарканда, Узбекистан, Мухаммаджон Рауфов. Его сопернику напротив, в золотом углу ринга, 26 лет. Его рост 169 сантиметров, а вес 69 килограммов ровно. Провел 2 поединка, во всех одержаны победы, в том числе 1 нокаутом. Из Курска, Россия, Гортуманян.
Gentlemen, head up, no holding, no low blow. Listen to me comments. Shake hand. Good luck.
Qadrli do'stlar, hamyurtimiz jangi boshlandi. Mazza qilib tomosha qilinglar. Like bosmagan akalarimiz bitta like bosib yuboramiz va qo'llab-quvvatlab qo'yamiz hamyurtimizni.
Black, head up.
Ногами води. Ногами води. Я говорю, не вставай перед ним. Выйти оттяжку задняя. Не спать. Вблизи не спать, не вставать. Ногами води. Встаешь, упираешься, бьешь. Двигайся. Давай упираться. Руку левую. Да.
Go, head up. Back.
Руки добрые, уже. Ударил, выходи, не надо вязаться. Ударил, выходи, не надо перейти. Готовь ногами.
Head up. Back. Gentlemen.
Дергай, дергай. Да, контрольчик. Он на тебя сейчас будет прыгать. Отход в правую сторону. Ну, хватит. Долго. Резче. На первый дать немного, на тебя. На первый. Ну? Стоять перед. Передняя. Руки собрана. Вот, хорошо!
Dahshat zarba bo'ldi bu yerda.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Дергай, дистанцию, чтобы он на тебя шел, ты встречай. Не давай ему просто так подходить, ты просто так не подходи. Ну что, Владок, делает? Раздергивай. Без атаки не отпускай его. Встречай правый. На тебя тяни, третий раз придет. Можешь, заберись первый раунд. На тебя дергай, встречай. Корпус. Выбери дистанцию, где он тебя не достает. На себя дергай. Встречай.
Передняя сразу контроль. Он сам на тебя полетит. Жди его, жди. Ему не надо. Собрание. Передняя работает, не встаешь. Да. И в сторону, не тяни к нему. Он придет сам. Нет, он придет сам. Он сам придет. Здесь. Собрано. Движение.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Руки выше просто. Саша, подави чуть-чуть, подави. Не лети только, да, не даешь. И вот здесь надо. И вот, да. Хорошо, еще передняя. На выходе бутылку. Передняя. Ножки не встают. Постоянно в работе. И здесь. Долго. Контроль. Передняя. И сам. Вот, контроль не есть, не залезай, наверное.
See him just prowling on the edge there. Raufov just waiting for an opportunity to let that right hand go, particularly Tumanyan is maybe a little bit wary of it. You see the marking up on the face there, the reddening on the face. A knockdown scored right at the end of round one.
Донимай ногами. Вози ногами.
And welcome everybody to this IBA Champions Night in Samara, Russia. Just a little bit of a technical issue with the audio early on, but we're with you now. And it's been an interesting start to this one, as you'll have seen yourselves. And Tumanyan is finding this hard work in there. Raufov just letting his hands go again, sinking those shots in. And Tumanyan will have lost that opening round 10-8 due to the knockdown, so he has a mountain to climb here, and it's not gone his way in the second round either.
Go. Head up.
Здесь. Вот. Руки. Еще. Концовка. Да.
Left hand into the body there from Raufov again was a decent shot, and that's another good round for the fighter from Uzbekistan, who's just manhandling Tumanyan in there a little bit.
Не надо перед ним застаивать. Ничего нету. Нас просто кинули. Поэтому нам нужно выиграть, блядь. И все.
Еще раз говорю, смотри, перед ним не вставай. И не надо к нему залезать. Ты на него прям
There's that right hand
И он там
that caused the knockdown. He was just caught standing a little bit tall and square. You see him there, he's
чуть-чуть, поумнее.
got his feet directly planted underneath him. So there's no way he can really absorb that punch. It sends him backwards, and as soon as it does, there's only one place that he can really go.
Но с ним не надо драться.
Getting caught at that mid-range in that kind of position is not ideal, to say the least.
Третий раунд.
Капа, кап.
Руки выше. Посмотри, по печени. Да, и по печени.
Good use of the jab there from Raufov. Goes up and down with it to the head first and then down to the body. He's just trying to time that jab and throw the hook there to Mannion. Trying to move his head on the way in, and Raufov is using that height and the reach advantage that comes with it pretty well. And again there you see him dig his toes in. Those three shots were blocked mainly by Tumanyan, but they still register. And Tumanyan short with the right hand, and as he came in behind it there, Raufov looked for the right uppercut and wasn't far away with it. Let's go with a kind of sweeping left hook there, Tumanyan. He's trying to put the pressure on Raufov here and walk him down, but really what he's doing is walking into range and not really offering an awful lot, apart from that lead left hook a lot of the time. Jabs to the body there, but gets caught by that right hand. The same kind of right hand that put him down in the first round. Tucking up there, but Raufov with a decent bit of variety. Again, he's having the better of this round. This is a hard night for Tumanyan so far, really tough. Trying to explode up into the left hand there, Tumanyan. But he's not really managed to do too much that has had an effect on Raufov, who just sets about him again there, caught him with a couple of good solid punches, backs him up to the ropes now, dips to the left and looks for those body shots, and he's just unloading on Tumanyan now, who doesn't have an awful lot to offer back, and the referee might start to think about this because he is just taking punches unanswered here, Tumanyan, and the referee really should step in and stop this, to be perfectly honest, and eventually he does. Well, he certainly gave Tumanyan every chance there. I think I would have liked to have seen the referee get in a little bit earlier than that, and that is a fantastic performance from Muhammadjon Raufov. It really is. Bursting with confidence. Put his punches together really well. The knockdown at the end of round one. And then he just followed that up all the way through. There's that left hand on the inside. And he just found great range really quite early.
Qadrli do'stlar, ajoyib g'alabaga bitta like bosib, qo'llab-quvvatlab qo'yamiz. Xamyurtimizni 3-raundda texnik nokautga uchratdi raqibini. Bitta like bosib, padesha qilib qo'yamiz Xamyurtimizni.
And as I said, tough night. Very, very tough night. can see just how marked up he is. A little shake of the head there. He's been run over. Gurtamanyan, he has been run over. And there's the blood on the gloves. It's a tough sport, this. It really is.
Рефери поединка Валерий Пастухов остановил бой на отметке 2 минуты и 29 секунд третьего раунда. Таким образом, техническим нокаутом победу одержал из Узбекистана Мухаммаджон Рауфов.
And a fantastic win for Muhammadjon Raufov. He was full of confidence right from the beginning. And after that knockdown at the end of the first round, the second round it was dominated by him, and then in the third he got his man going and took him out. There's that chopping right hand, really well timed punch. And he showed good variety too. He was attacking the body at times, he was dipping off to his left-hand side and looking for uppercuts. And he'll enjoy watching that one over and over again, and he found good distance. There's that left-hand kind of screw shot. And then when he got his man going in that third round, he just never...
Do'stlar, kanaldan chiqib ketmaymiz. Hozir 92 kilogramda hamyurtimiz bor, yana bitta hamyurtimiz. Undan keyin 67 kilogramda yana bitta hamyurtimiz jang qiladi. Chiqib ketmaymiz. Ikkita jang qoldi.
Дамы и господа, мы идем далее. Нас ожидает 6-раундовый поединок в весовой категории до 92 килограммов. Рефери этого боя Лука Вадилонга, Италия. И первым добро пожаловать в черный угол ринга. Боксер из Узбекистана Нусратбек Тахиров.
And now we have another visitor from Uzbekistan, Nusratbek Tokirov. One draw in his pro career so far. He made his debut in August this year. That was in Ekaterinburg on a Russian copper company Titov card. He was in the away corner and drew by majority decision. So that was a good performance from him. And like his compatriot Raufov, he will come here to win. It's been a feature of the IBA Champions Nights that I've covered, is that the away corner fighters are not just here to take part and go through the rounds and pick up a paycheck. They are coming here to win. This fight at 92 kilos. Heavyweight in IBA terms. In pro terms, it's just above the professional cruiserweight limit.
А в золотой угол ринга добро пожаловать его соперник, боксер, представляющий набережные Челны, Россия. Вот он, Антон Зайцев.
And this is a professional debut for Anton Zaitsev. Details on him are fairly scarce. He boxed in the Russian Championships as an amateur, but didn't feature on the international stage, not from what I could glean. He's a tall, lean, angular kind of fighter as we watch him walk to the ring now.
Дамы и господа, это 6-раундовый поединок весовой категории до 92 килограммов. Первым представляю боксера в черном углу ринга. Ему 21 год, его рост 181 сантиметр, вес 91 килограмм и 500 граммов. Мастер спорта международного класса, чемпион Азии среди молодежи из Андижана, Узбекистан, Нусратбек Тахиров. Его сопернику напротив, в золотом углу ринга, 29 лет. Его рост 192 сантиметра, а вес 90 килограммов ровно. Бронзовый призер чемпионата России. Финалист Кубка мира нефтяных стран, чемпион мира среди студентов, действующий чемпион WBA Asia, представляющий набережные Челны, Россия, Антон Зайцев!
Okay, guys, watch your hand, don't punch it back, no low blow, no holding. Listen to my command, touch your gloves, and good luck.
Luca Vadalonga, our referee. Big difference in height there. Zaitsev, 192, that's about 6 foot 4 thereabouts, 181 for Tokirov. Similar kind of discrepancy we had in our opening fight. Zaitsev looking to try and get straight onto the jab. He's in the white, Tokirov in the black. Zaitsev just pumping out that jab, doubling up on it. Tokirov lets go with an expansive lead left hook but doesn't manage to land it. He's got to find a way past that lead hand of Zaitsev, who steps in and gets the feature slightly closer there. Throws the jab and then just pulled back off it, Zaitsev, and looks for the right to the body. Defense so far from Tokirov has been pretty good. He's got those gloves up when he's needed to. Not much has got past the guard. Slipped the jab well there, just weaved off to his left-hand side and didn't let anything go. Maybe had an opportunity to get a couple of shots off there, Tokirov. Again, he just gets underneath the jab, moves off to his left-hand side.
Qadrli do'stlar, 2 tadan oshiq odam kuzatib turgan ekan. Kelinglar, hamyurtimizni qo'llab-quvvatlagan holda bir dona like bosib, kommentariyada omad tilab qo'yamiz do'stlar. Davay, bosib tashlaymiz like'larni.
But again, Zaitsev, as he needs to, just looking to try and keep pumping out that jab. Got good extension on it there. You can see when he throws it, it just disturbs that guard there of Zaitsev.
Watch your head.
It's been boxed at a high tempo, this, right from the start. These two getting to it without any hesitation. Good left hand there, though, on the inside from Tokirov. That was a good shot, and that has hurt Zaitsev. The follow-up left there clips him again, and he's in big trouble here. Anton Zaitsev, you can see the legs just give after that first left hand. Then he pulled away along the ropes with his chin up in the air. Got caught again, and he needs the bell here, Zaitsev. He needs it badly. Big smearing right hand there from Tokirov. He knows that he has a chance here. Zaitsev just has to get through to the end of the round, which he just about manages to do, but you can see him as he walks to the corner there. He is in trouble. It was a left hand that got him on the inside, and you can see those legs just not completely give way underneath him, but not far off it. And at that point he was just trying to stay away, but as he pulled back along the ropes, had those gloves down and that chin hanging out, and he got caught again. And shipped to right hand towards the end of the round as well. Stepped into a southpaw stance there, almost, as he was throwing. That wasn't the left that did the damage. That was it, I think, there. It maybe caught him quite high on the head, but then there was a left hand just before that as he was pulling away across the ropes. And it was a rough old ride for him to the bell. And has he recovered in that minute between rounds? This is absolutely critical for him here. Tokirov will get a sense of whether he has or he hasn't quite quickly. If he feels like he hasn't, then he has just got to get on him. But his confidence will be up now, Tokirov, because he will know that he is capable of getting through to Zaitsev, and that finish to the round should be enough to win the round for him. Prior to that point, it had been Zaitsev who'd done most of the throwing. A lot landed on gloves, but his was the heavier volume, but by far the biggest success of the round came from Tokirov, who's just walking in there, coming forward. He's got a little bit of a swagger about him now. The Uzbek looks to load up on a massive left hook again there. He's got to make sure he stays nice and measured here, Tokirov. What he doesn't want to do is spend the round trying to take Zaitsev's head off, keep missing him and giving time to recover. Keep the pressure on and just land. Because if he's still a bit buzzed here, Zaitsev, his reflexes won't be as good. He'll find it difficult to stay out of the way. Moving into the southpaw stance there, Zaitsev. Some feints as well would work well here from Tokirov, because when a fighter is feeling the effect of a punch, they're more likely to bite on the feints. Not quite as much snap in these punches from Zaitsev. He's letting his hands go. He needs to keep Tokirov off him, and he knows it. Again, he just steps into a big winging hook. I can understand why he's doing that, but he's got to try and set things up here, Tokirov. Get inside that jab. That first knockdown, the left hand, we didn't quite see on the replays. It was because he managed to get inside, in range. That was better distance from him there. Looking for the right hand there. Tokirov fired as soon as Zaitsev let his own punch go. Just digging in here, the Russian.
Watch your head, guys, watch your head. Come on.
Head's almost coming together on the inside there. Luka Vadalonga, the referee, just having a quick word. There's some swelling underneath that left eye, just a little mouse coming up there for Zaitsev. That's been there since the start of the round. A heavy looking overhand right, and the referee takes up the count there. It didn't land absolutely clean, or maybe he doesn't take up the count. It wasn't quite clear. He wiped off the gloves very, very quickly. I couldn't make my mind up in real time whether that was worthy of being called a knockdown or not. The overhand right did seem to land, but maybe dragged him down to a knee more than anything else. The referee stepped in, and I thought he was commencing the count, but the Zaitsev got straight back up. He then motioned for them to continue, and there's that left hand in the first round. That was the one that really got him going. And the referee just holding up his hands there, I think, to signal no knockdown. It did land, and that could quite easily have been given. And you could argue that that should have been given, because although it didn't land absolutely clean, it did land. Maybe more with the heel of the glove. It wasn't clean, it wasn't pretty, but he threw a punch and something made contact. Zaitsev just trying to busy up his hands at the start of the third round. He dug in well in that second round, Zaitsev. I have to give him credit. Left hand from Zakirov. There's blood coming from somewhere, from the nose of Zakirov, I think. And that'll be encouraging for Zaitsev, but that's a heavy-looking right hand on the inside there. Zakirov just looking to take a more aggressive approach in this round, I think. Look to get on top of Zaitsev because he's hurt him early. Cannot let him off the hook here. But then looking to get onto the inside, he's obviously taken a solid shot, which has uncorked that nose. Big flinging left hook again there from Zakirov. There's plenty of blood coming from it. If that's a break, then that will be a problem for him. It affects the breathing. Zaitsev on the back foot, just piling in with that right hand. And that's a good combination as he comes forward and then switches into the southpaw stance. This is a good fight now, really good fight, because Zaitsev has had some success of his own here in this round that'll really put some wind in his sails, and you can see that it's done exactly that. And you can see from the way that Zakirov is breathing that this is a problem, because the nose will be full of blood. He won't be able to breathe through the nose, so you have to breathe through your mouth. And if you're swallowing blood as well, then that can be a real problem. Zakirov just steps in there though and looks to let that right hand go after backing Zaitsev up. Zaitsev trying to hold his own feet on the inside. Zakirov comes back with a right. And these two just letting each other have it here. This is terrific to watch. Right hand into the body from Zaitsev. Good combination again there from Zaitsev. But there's 3 rounds to go after this. And this has been fought at a pace. They will both be starting to feel this, both early in their pro careers.
Qadrli do'stlar, hamyurtimizni qo'llab-quvvatlab turamiz. Poddeshi qilib, videoga like bosib, ajoyib jang qilishmoqda.
This has been a sensational round, to be honest. Good right hand again there from Zaitsev, and there goes the bell. Well, this is pretty tight, I would say. Zakirov would have taken that with the very solid work he did towards the end of it. That second round was fairly even, I thought. That third round I would go in Zaitsev's direction, I think, but not by too much. They both had some good successes. Shifted into the southpaw stance there and managed to get that left hand up between the forearms. But they're both just showing the scars of battle. You see the marking up on the face of Zaitsev, particularly just underneath that left eye, but then it was the nose of Zakirov that was really bleeding heavily in that third round. So into the fourth, into the second half of the fight, Zaitsev, Russia in the white, Zakirov, Uzbekistan in the black. Good jab there from Zakirov. Again, he turns southpaw there, Zaitsev, gets into a crouch, throws that left to the body and comes straight in behind it. Just waiting a little bit too long there, Zakirov. Zaitsev comes off the ropes and lets his left hand go. Good jab there from Zakirov. He's stalking. Left hand into the body. He's trying to just manoeuvre Zaitsev into the position that he wants him in. get nice and tight, nice and close, and that's where he can really do some damage. Zaitsev is doing a reasonable job of keeping them off. Right into the body again there from Tokirov.
Punches up, Russia.
And it's Tokirov who's very much on the front foot in this round. Zaitsev is, I think, almost trying to take a little bit of a round off here if possible. Right hand from Tokirov.
Stop! Watch your head. Box!
Steps into the 1-2 there, Zaitsev, but I think the huge effort that third round took has taken something out of him. Left hand there from Tokirov, who nearly gets through with another one.
No holding, stop! No holding. Box!
Goes into the right hand to the body there, Zaitsev. Uppercut from Tokirov didn't miss by very far. Tied looking right hand there from Zaitsev. Tokirov with a left hand in round the back of the guard. That's good defense from Tokirov, gets that guard up, and Zaitsev lands heavily on it. But again, it's the Uzbek who's swaggering forward. The left hand forces Zaitsev to give ground, and that was a good round for the fighter heading back towards the black corner. You see the kind of thickening around the bridge of the nose there. I would say that there is probably a break in there. I'd imagine it wouldn't be the first time, but not as much blood coming out of that nose. They're using the end swell on that left cheek there of Zaitsev.
Qadrli do'stlar, hamyurtimizni poddeshi qilib turamiz. Bitta like bosamiz do'stlar, kanalga aktiv beramiz. Kommentariyada yaxshi izohlarni yozib qo'yamiz do'stlar.
At this stage it's Tokirov who just looks like he's got more left here. 2 more rounds scheduled.
Шага назад. Hey, Uzbekistan, come on!
Пятый раунд.
Trying to get that jab back in operation there, Zaitsev. And that is exactly what he needs, but it needs to be nice and sharp. It's got to come out quick and go back in quick. Turn southpaw, but almost walked straight onto the uppercut there from Tokirov. Straight right hand from Tokirov was a good shot. And again, he's just looking to walk Zaitsev down and unload some heavy leather. Left hook was very, very close there from Tokirov. And again, Zaitsev just using that outer perimeter, stepping in every now and again just to try and keep Tokirov at bay, but it's getting increasingly difficult. Strong right hand, immediately off the back of it, a left hand from Tokirov. Zaitsev just doesn't really look like he's got too much left. He's sticking to it. He's throwing punches.
Qadrli do'stlar, hamyurtimizni qarang, faqat oldiga borib bosmoqda, gazini bosib. Juda ham zo'r zarbalar va hech qachon orqaga yurmayapti. Faqat oldiga. Do'stlar, sizlar ham oldiga bosasizlar, likelarni bosasizlar. Kommentariyada O'zbekiston bayroqlarini to'ldirib, O'zbekning kimligini ko'rsatib qo'yamiz do'stlar. Davay do'stlar, bosamiz.
For most of this round, turns orthodox here. There's that overhand right from Tokirov, who I think was unlucky not to have that knockdown scored in his favour in that earlier round. From the overhand right. And get another cuffing left hand. And they both end up on the canvas.
No wrestling. Step back, step back. box. Hey, come on. Break!
It was a decent jab from Zaitsev, but it just doesn't really do too much to discourage Tokirov, and that's the difficulty for Zaitsev. He put an enormous effort in that third round, and I think it took a lot of gas out of the tank. Kind of right-hand lead there from Tokirov, who might be beginning to feel it himself a little bit here. It's been a good fight, been a really entertaining fight. Awful lot of action in those first 5 rounds, and I'm sure we'll see plenty more in this 6th round. They didn't waste any time in getting into it. You could say exactly the same about our opening fight of the night.
Блять, он дома. Ой, ты дома. Ты дома. Ты хозяин, блядь. Я знаю, что устал. Он бьет одно и то же, блядь. Он бьет все на скачке. Он просто тебя поджимает и бьет одно и то же.
Sometimes he slips the jab really effectively to Kirov and then doesn't really do anything. He gets himself into a good position. He's close enough to let the hands go, and he, for some reason, elects not to. So into the 6th and final round. I've got Tokirov ahead here.
This is the last round. Last round. Okay.
So 6th and final round. Tokirov in the black, Zaitsev in the white. Zaitsev starting nicely there. Zaitsev needs this round, I think.
No push.
I'll give the first round to Tokirov. I'll give the third round to Zaitsev. 4 and 5 to Tokirov. Second round close, so if he went Zaitsev's way, if he takes this one, he would get a draw. That's on my card. It's an individual thing. It's not my card that counts. Good 1-2 there from Zaitsev. And the Russian's doing well here. Early stages of round 6. There wasn't all that much in the 5th. I would say that as well. Looking for the uppercut on the inside there, Zaitsev. Getting that guard back nice and tight, and it looks like he might have found a little bit of a second wind here. He's the one now swaggering forward, looking to bring it to Tokirov. Maybe the corner told him between rounds that he needs to go out and close the show here and close strong. They should have told him that. Just past the midway point of this final round, and this has been a Zaitsev round so far. Again, another decent combination there from Zaitsev. Shortening up that right hand off the back of the jab. Tokirov just hasn't really had the opportunity to do too much. He's found himself occupied with what Zaitsev has been throwing at him and hasn't had too much time to get his own shots away. It's the Russian who seized the initiative in this 6th and final round, and you have to give him credit for that, because after that third round, which I do think took a lot out of him, rounds 4, particularly round 4, he looked like he was feeling it. Round 5, I felt that was also the case, but as I said, towards the end of that round, Tokirov looked like he was beginning to blow a little bit, and in this 6th round, it is Zaitsev who is finishing the stronger, and it's Tokirov now who's trying to get up on his toes, move around, and just make it to the bell. He's not looking like he's going to unravel here, Tokirov, but of the two of them, he is the one who needs the final bell. A lot more here, so this has been a really entertaining fight. It's toed and froed all the way through. So much action in these 6 rounds. Touch of gloves between the two at the end, and well, on my card, I would give that a draw, I think, but I'll be very interested to see which way it goes. A quick breakdown of my scoring would be Kirov round 1, round 2 I thought was really tight, round 3 Zaitsev, rounds 4 and 5 to Kirov, although not loads in the 5th, round 6 Zaitsev, so he would on my card need that second round. Or that 5th to get the draw and worry to get both, then that would give him the win. I'm hedging all bets there. I understand that, but it was a good fight. It was a really good fight, and when you look at the pair of them at the end, neither one was really celebrating, neither one was confident. You look at their faces, which is not the way you judge a fight. But if you're somebody who likes to do that and see who looks like they've come off worse, well, again, it's kind of difficult to split them on that evidence too. I would very happily watch that again. Very happily. If they were to choose to make a rematch between these two. See the blood on the towel. Both of those towels in the corners. Blood on the corner post. Blood everywhere. It was that kind of a fight. These two getting a really good reception from the crowd, and absolutely correct that they do, because that was 18 minutes of action.
Дамы и господа, прежде чем прозвучит имя победителя, ваши аплодисменты двум настоящим воинам. Итак, дамы и господа, в этом ярчайшем поединке после 6 напряженных раундов бокса раздельным решением судей победу по очкам одержал боксер из черного угла
Nusratbek Tokirov makes it 2 wins out of 2 for the away corner tonight. 2 wins on the road for our Uzbek fighters. And I think that's a good result on balance. He was the more dominant of the two. His punching was the more damaging of the two, but I give Zaitsev credit for the way that he dug in there in that 6th and final round, because there wasn't a lot in that, but it was fantastically entertaining to watch. Right from the beginning, you've got a taller fighter, a rangier fighter in Zaitsev, a shorter, stockier campaigner in Tokirov. Zaitsev switched.
Qadrli do'stlar, videoga like bosishni unutmanglar. Hamyurtimiz g'alabaga erishdi. Yana bitta hamyurtimiz chiqadi jangga hozir.
In that first round, the legs almost went, but he stayed up. That right hand, I think that could have been called as a knockdown. I don't think it was by Luka Vadilonga. My guessing there would be that scoring would have gone to Kirov rounds 1 and 2, Zaitsev round 3, Kirov rounds 4 and 5, Zaitsev round 6. But you can see what that win on the road means. And that's 2 out of 2.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this,
I do, so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move, so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast, I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah. Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help.
Дамы и господа, это Олимбет Ночь чемпионов IBA. Мы в Самаре и мы продолжаем. Нас ожидает 6-раундовый поединок в весовой категории до 67 килограммов. Это будет противостояние двух больших мастеров своего дела. И первым, черный угол ринга, под ваши аплодисменты добро пожаловать из Узбекистана Хабасбек Асадуллаев.
Qadrli do'stlar, hamyurtimiz Xabasbek Abdullayev chiqmoqda. Bitta like bosib, qo'llab-quvvatlab qo'yamiz. Bu o'zbek sportchilarining eng so'nggi jangi bo'ladi. 3-jangda bo'l tugaydi. Do'stlar, mana shu jangdan keyin boshqa jang bo'lmaydi. Shuning uchun qo'llab-quvvatlab podesha qilib qo'yamiz. Ikkita hamyurtimiz g'alaba qozondi. Kim yaqinda kirgan bo'lsa, orqaga o'tkazib tomosha qilsanglar bo'ladi. Ikkita hamyurtimiz ham zo'r jang qilib g'alabaga erishdi.
Chalked up a win against Marco Verde by split decision at a tournament in Spain that he won, the Boxam. Verde went on to win an Olympic silver medal. His 3 pro fights have been above welterweight, but they may well have been same-day weigh-ins, which would explain why it's been up nearer 160 than 147. But he hasn't been in the pro ring for a good while. It was June 2022 the last time we saw him in this kind of setting.
Дамы и господа, приветствуйте на пути в золотой угол ринга боксер из Каспийска, Дагестан, Россия, Вадим Мусаев!
Vadim Musayev of Russia, 10-0. Like Asadulayev has waged campaigns as a pro and in the amateurs at the same time, as many fighters do now. The first time I saw him ringside was at the World Championships in 2021. He got a silver, losing in the final at 71 kilos to Yuri Zakhariev of Ukraine. Zakhariev was superb in that tournament. He'd won World Youth Gold earlier that year and then won World Senior Gold. And Musayev won a gold at the Strangia that year as well, and a few months later, in fact in 2022, I was lucky enough to be at that competition, and as a pro everything has gone his way. He's done everything that has been expected of him. He's lost the odd round but not too many. He's yet really to be tested. 4 fights this year, the latest a 4th round stoppage in August for the WBA Asia welterweight title. So he will be the favourite heading into this contest, but as we've seen so far tonight,
Дамы и господа, нас ожидает 6 раундов бокса весовой категории до 67 килограммов. Рефери поединка Мария Петкович, Сербия. Первым представляю боксера в черном углу ринга. Ему 25 лет, рост 176 сантиметров, официальный вес 66 килограммов и 950 граммов. Мастер спорта международного класса. Чемпион Узбекистана, чемпион Азии, победитель игр БРИКС с профессиональным рекордом 3 боя, 3 победы, 2 из них нокаутом. Из Андижана, Узбекистан, по прозвищу Гладиатор Хабазбек Асадуллаев. Его сопернику в золотом углу 31 год. Его рост 178 сантиметров, а вес 66,7 килограмма. Он чемпион России, финалист чемпионата мира с безупречным рекордом. 10 боев, 10 побед, 7 из них нокаутом. Из Каспийска, Дагестан, Россия, заслуженный мастер спорта Вадим Хитман Мусаев.
final checks from our referee. Musayev in the gold corner in the white.
This way.
Asadulayev in the black.
Listen to my commands. Keep your head up, no holding, no low blows. Touch your gloves. Good luck.
Maria Petkovic in charge of this one. Youth on the side there of Asadulayev. And again, this promises to be another good matchup. 2 undefeated fighters. Musayev offering that lead hand to his opponent at the start of the fight. He's in the white, boxing out of the southpaw stance. Another southpaw coming out of the black corner as well in Asadulayev. Looking for the 1-2 nice and early there. Musayev, and really tried to put something on it too. A jab just about got through there from Asadulayev. That backhand
Head up black.
is already being thrown with some serious attempts there by Musayev. Did well to get in nice and close there. Asadulayev, who's slightly unorthodox in the way that he moves. He's quite jerky in style as he comes forward often, but dips those knees and rolls underneath the jab there. He's going to need that kind of movement to get close enough to let his hands go, which he managed to do there, but then just slightly closed his own space down. Looking for the uppercut on the inside there, Asadulayev. Musayev
Head up.
cannot afford to neglect that jab, because Asadulayev will move in and take that space. Lead right hand there from Asadulayev. That landed midway through round one, and
Head up.
this has been an interesting round already. Musayev started full of confidence, looking to put some real mustard on that left hand, that southpaw left hand, but Asadulayev has managed to get a little bit tighter, a little bit closer, and I think again this could be a really interesting fight. Musayev just touching with that lead hand. He needs to pump that lead hand out, because Asadulayev is going to keep coming in on him, and he gets tight there, and he's getting close. He's getting on top of Musayev too easily here, I would say, if I was in that Musayev corner. Just quickens up those feet there, Asadulayev. Again, gets into good range there, just lets his hands go. Musayev digs his own toes in and works those hands really to try and keep Asadulayev off him more than anything else. Final 30 seconds of round one. Came in behind the jab there, Asadulayev, just dips through that left hand over the top. And after a good start, I think Musayev has been knocked back onto his heels a bit here. Flicking with the jab there, the Russian fighter. I think he needs to just plant that lead hand out a little bit more. Bell goes at the end of round one, and well, we've got another good match here.
Спонсор сегодняшнего вечера бокса – туристическая компания «Алимпет». «Алимпет» – это широкие линии, большие коэффициенты, кэшбэки реальным деньгам и умопомрачительные розыгрыши. Регистрируйся и погружайся в мир спорта на полную. Твоя первая ставка уже застрахована.
Just working on the inside there, Asadulayev. There's that head movement, that's good head movement. Didn't manage to land the right hand. Musayev just about got through with his left, and there's a good juddering left hand from Musayev. But there wasn't much in that opening round. Musayev made a good start. After that, it was Asadulayev who muscled his way in on him and made things extremely uncomfortable at times.
Box.
Almost getting caught by the right hand there, Musayev. When they get into that mid-range and they both let go, if one of them lands clean, then the other one is going down, because they're both looking for those big hooks. Asadulayev is one of these guys who boxes out of a crouch. He's not the tallest, and certainly doesn't box tall. You look at him dip his knees there, but he's got long arms. Again, in and out with the feet there, Asadulayev, and that's clever. He's just messing with the distance there of Musayev. You see him there, that's a great view of it. Comes in behind the jab, really got underneath the shoulder of that jab. Keeping that head low. Stylistically, he's difficult. Well, he ends up on his backside there, but there's no knockdown signal by the referee. I think that's correct. I didn't see anything really land there. That's decent from Musayev. Varied up the weight of punch, the third finishing punch of the combination, the heaviest.
Смотри, внимательно!
A pair of them just swapping left hands. Musayev has found that distance a little bit better in this second round. I think he's just taken a half step back as Asadulayev has come forward and managed to give himself a bit more room. And Asadulayev, given that that's the case, has got to try and drive him back and then drive him back again. Two phases of attacks if he can push him back onto the ropes. Good jab from Asadulayev. Well into the final minute of round two, and it's been Asadulayev who's been taking the centre of the ring. Again, big expulsion of air there from him as he puts that effort into the lead right hook. And Musayev has picked some decent shots as the Uzbek has been coming forward. That's a lovely combination at the end of the round. Perfect distance on it. Asadulayev looking to finish strong there. I don't think that left hand really got through clean off the back of the right, but again, a good round. Musayev not moving all that well as he goes back to the corner there. I think Asadulayev might have quite heavy hands because I get the feeling from looking at Musayev that he's feeling these shots from Asadulayev, even if they're not really landing all that clean. Shots that hit gloves, cause the gloves to cannon into the face or that are half blocked, they still register, they still have an effect. Just plants that lead foot wide and looks like that big winging overhand left. He claimed a knockdown briefly there, Musayev, and there's that jab from Asadulayev. And a nice 1-2 straight down the middle. When you look at the dynamic of the fight, it's Asadulayev who looks like the boss in there out of these two. And again at the start of round three, straight onto the front foot, the fighter in black. And this is by far the most competitive fight that Musayev has been in his career up until this point. As I said, everything has gone his way up until now, and this is different. He's going to have to really dig in here. He could be 2 rounds down here. And there's that jab. He just shoots it up from the waist, but every now and again does get those gloves up to try and defend himself, Asadulayev. And again, he's going after Musayev here. Good left hand there from Asadulayev. He's just turned the heat up here, the Uzbek, in round three. He's looking to put a dent in Musayev here, I think, if he can. Decent left hand into the body there from Musayev, but there's just no respite for him. He turned around that front foot nicely there to evade Asadulayev, but again he's just all over him like a rash here, Asadulayev, he really is. Musayev throws a 1-2 and steps off to his right hand side, but there's not much in these punches. Good jab again there from Asadulayev, who just pours forward.
No holding. Stop! Stop!
Just short with the jab hand there, Musayev. Asadulayev throws that left hand, just tries to turn the hand over as he looks for the chin there of Musayev, doesn't quite manage to find it.
Head up. Box.
That's a good counter left hand there from Musayev.
Stop. Box.
Final 30 seconds of round 3, the schedule for 6. So ticking up to the halfway stage. Asadulayev just so full of energy. Musayev really just having to do everything he can to keep Asadulayev off here. Broad grin from the Uzbek fighter as he makes his way back to his corner at the end of round 3. And he is in the ascendancy here. And could we be heading for another away corner win?
Все жестко. Легкий удар и передняя рука. Забываешь переднюю руку. Передняя рука постоянно. Передняя рука. Передняя. Останови его передней и потом бей. Снизу по корпусу и по голове. Мало бьешь по корпусу. Мало по голове снизу.Снизу проходит. Левый не проходит. Он уходит. Надо покатал. Снизу поднять. Снизу.
Qadrli do'stlar, videoga like bosib qo'llab-quvvatlab turamiz.
Without his successes.
Step back, please. Black. Head up. Hold. Head up.
So into the second half of the fight, the bell goes for the beginning of the 4th round here. That's better from the side, just looking to try and put his hands together there. It's not long before Asadulayev, again with that muscular kind of approach, just steps wide and looks to really heave that right hand in.
Stop. Head up, Black.
Short with the left hand there, Asadulayev, but got the guard back up nice and quick. He needs this round, Musayev, I think. At halfway, I would place him 3 rounds down. In terms of clean punching, so maybe it hasn't been a great deal between the two of them, but the greater volume has come from Asadulayev and the greater power, punch-wise and also physically, I think is with him. Musayev again finishes a combination there with a decent-looking left hand, but as soon as he finishes punching, Asadulayev is just right back on top of him.
Heads up, heads up.
Again, there's that winging left hand, he slings it in. Sometimes it's a little bit of a slap, lead right hook there from Asadulayev. Good long left hand there from Asadulayev. Really shot that down the middle. And again, a big smile from Asadulayev. His engine is impressive. He's worked very, very hard right from the start of this fight, and he's just never allowed that tempo to drop. Not at all. A laboured looking left hand there from Musayev. Some nifty footwork there from Asadulayev, and then steps into a jab. Decent work to the body there from Musayev.
No holding. Stop. 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 Box. Stop.
So 2 to go here, and I think we could well have another away corner win on our hands. We've had 2 so far tonight already. He's 3-0 going into this fight. Good credentials as an amateur. Musayev with excellent credentials of his own as an amateur and 10-0 as a pro, but as a pro, as I've been saying, haven't really been tested. He is certainly being tested tonight. It was a good combination from Musayev, a couple of well-placed punches there. But with a couple of rounds to go, for me, Musayev has got more to do with the two here. He's got to keep using that lead, and Musayev, as Sadulayev just looks to try and move in on him, even if it's like he used it there, without any great power. Just give him something to think about, because Sadulayev will wait for just a dip in that output, and he will come straight in on you. You've got to be busy with your hands all of the time. You cannot just let him walk in. But again, he's clever with the feet there, Sadulayev. We had a really good look at it in the previous round where he's just in and out. He changed the position of that front foot. The back foot often just stays exactly where it is, so he's actually exactly where he's always been, but moving the position of the front foot will make him look closer or further away.
Head up. Stop. Stop. Listen to me. Keep your head. Okay. Up. Box.
Good left hand there from Musayev. That was really good. He committed to that through the jab, followed straight through off the back of it. And he needs more of that. He needs more of that in these final 2 rounds. More of that kind of commitment and conviction with his punching, because you get that from Sadulayev every single time he throws everything. Musayev picked a couple of good shots there and then just rolled off to his left. Managed to counter Sadulayev there too, as Sadulayev just reached too far with that big overhand left. Musayev just with a little bit of a bounce in his step now. And again, just piles in behind that 1-2.
Break. Stop. Break. Step back. Box.
He's having a good second half of the round here, Musayev. That's good movement from Musayev. Closing stages.
Stop. Not holding. Stop.
Well, I'd give him that round, Vadim Musayev. But my reckoning, he absolutely needs to take this final one as well to give himself a chance. You can see the scuffing around the left eye there, and the trainer is really just giving him a G up there. And for me, when I said to give himself a chance, he needs to win this final round. That really is on my card to give himself a chance of a draw. It's a good one too.
No holding. No touching.
Финальный 6-й раунд.
Sixth and final round, and again this has been a really good fight, a really entertaining fight. Vadim Musayev of Russia in the white, Avazbek Asadulayev of Uzbekistan in the black. Uzbekistan have had 2 wins out of the away corner tonight already. It's been a terrific card this so far. Very competitive fights right from the start. Well matched.
No holding. Break.
From what I've seen of the nights I've commentated on Champions Nights in recent times, there are not going to be any gimmies, which is exactly as it should be. Really set his feet and launched into that left hand there, Musayev. Asadulayev, for the first time in a long time, is just slightly, not reluctant exactly to let his hands go, but just a little bit more aware of what's coming back. Earlier in the fight at times he wasn't remotely bothered about what was coming back in his direction, and that is a difficult spot to find yourself in if you're the opponent. You've got to be able to get your opponent's respect, and at times Asadulayev I don't think really had too much respect for Musayev's punching ability. I think that might have changed towards the end here. Again, a solid looking left hand, and then just stepped off to his left there, Musayev.
Stop. Box. No holding.
And if he could take this final round, Musayev, and I would give it to him so far, then he's finished strong. Out of those first 4, I would say that the visitor Asadulayev had the better of those 4. To a tune of 3 rounds to 1, maybe even 4-0 from what I've been seeing.
Boxers, no wrestling.
So into the final minute, it's been a bit messy at times, round 6. The work rate has dipped of Asadulayev in the last couple.
Stop. Box. Holding. Break.
So final few seconds. Musayev tries to pull in behind that left hand again. Doesn't quite land it this time, but a decent 1-2 to finish things off with on the bell there. And no great reaction from either corner. They look quietly confident over in that Uzbek corner, and I would say that they have reason to. But he didn't finish the fight particularly well there, Asadulayev. Musayev, I thought you could give him those last 2. But maybe nothing before that. I would say that that's an Asadulayev win myself. Through that all night long, but that time he didn't quite land it, and Musayev, although he didn't get through super clean with the counter combination, did land one of them. Well, Samanig's largely responsible for the good matches that we have seen so far tonight. 2 men largely responsible.
Good. Man, you eat. Man. Sorry. Can I look the gloves?
Дамы и господа, прежде чем мы узнаем имя победителя, давайте поблагодарим обоих боксеров за этот яркий и красивый бокс. Итак, в этом бою большинством судейских голосов победу по очкам одержал боксер из черного угла Хавазбек.
So it's a third away corner win, and again a worthy winner there, Habazbek Asadulayev. I think the judges have got all three of these absolutely right. They couldn't get the first one wrong because it was a stoppage, but fights 2 and 3, points wins for the away corner. And for me, I think he won those first 4 rounds. Musayev, I think, got back into it towards the end. Maybe he just let that work rate drop in those last couple. Asadulayev, he set a fearsome pace. He was probably just starting to feel it a bit, but he got on top of his man early and never really let him off the hook in the early stages. And when the momentum goes against you like that, as it did for Musayev, it's very difficult to get it back. And that proved to be the case. He was claiming a knockdown there, Musayev. It wasn't forthcoming from the referee. And the first professional defeat there for Vadim Musayev. 10-0 before tonight, now 10-1.
Сегодня с нами легенда мирового бокса, многократный чемпион России, чемпион Европы, чемпион мира, двукратный олимпийский чемпион, бронзовый призер Олимпийских игр Олег Саидов. Также в нашем зале чемпион мира, трехкратный чемпион Европы, 5-кратный чемпион Советского Союза Василий Александрович Шишов. Также в нашем зале экс-чемпион мира среди профессионалов в первом тяжелом весе по версии WBC Григорий Дрозд.
Some former champions being introduced at ringside. That's the former WBC Cruiserweight champion Григорий Дрозд.
Один из самых жестоких панчеров современности в российском боксе Дмитрий Русская Кур.